guys, it's Liz here with my mixed media obsession, and I do believe I finally have it completely finished. So I needed to stop myself because I knew if I kept going I was just going to add more and more ephemera, tags, journaling spots, you name it, and it was getting kind of hefty. So yeah, I had to stop myself. So I did do a like a short video kind of overviewing this in another video of mine when I actually did an unboxing, but I thought it deserved a video all on its own, so we can try to get through it a little bit quicker, and that way I have a little bit of a shorter video for you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. First off, I just want to explain that the closure I actually made out of fabric. I just kind of folded it in on itself, then used some eyelets. I stitched it on the inside, as you can see right here, and some additional eyelets just kind of as decoration. And then the other side is the same way. So please do not pay attention to my, I'm going to call it shabby stitching. And then this is just one of the Tim Holtz buckle closures that is held closed with a brad. So I did put that in an eyelet first just because I thought that it would help grip and then you don't have to worry about any of the fabric fraying. So yeah, this is actually one of the only pieces, I think there might be one or two pieces in the entire journal that isn't from the Crafty Me Shop. The rest is either given to me from a friend who actually used to do antique clothing for a museum. So she'd made, you know, authentic pieces for a time period. Or it came from an antique store. And matter of fact, the actual outside of the journal is, I do believe, some fabric samples that I got, maybe some upholstery samples, I don't remember, from the antique store. I thought it was very, you know, linen-like, and just wanted to use that for the outside of my book. So the rest of it, so you guys can kind of see there, I did use some tulle to kind of give it some volume, and then underneath is some doilies that I did get from the antique store as well. This applique, which is a huge flower applique, the center of it is gold as well, is from the CMS shop. I took some blue fabric that I had to kind of tie in the blue for the rest of the journal, and bring some color in. This is just some cheap pearl trim that I got from Michael's. This is a full applique from the CMS shop. This bow with the little lace piece and the little pearl dangle is also direct from the Crafty Me shop. And then if you look at the side here, this is antique lace along this edge here with like little baby eyelets in it on that edge. And then right here kind of starts some other lace from the Crafty Me shop that I kind of cut, and then I covered some of it with more appliques. So I kind of have an applique on this end from the Crafty Me shop, right here in the center with some rhinestone sequins, and then another plain kind of applique here to kind of pull it in. So it's probably catnip. That's the front. So getting into this, I did want it to be very like shabby, very lacy. I wanted it to look like when you've seen it, you could see the lace from the outside. So this is my very first tall slim journal. So I'm kind of glad on how it turned out. It is chunky. So on the inside, I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted the actual, you know, threads from me doing the binding to show or not. I finally made the decision to where I didn't want it to show, so I did end up gluing that down. And then I covered it with some fabric, and again I tied in the blue so it would kind of tie in everything else. So Most of these digitals, I do believe, either came from Ruby and Pearl, Chapter 1 Papers, or Sam Poole, I do believe. Most of them are. So this lace is actually lace that I dyed myself and then kind of applied it on here. It was some cheap lace that I got from a church sale years and years ago. This is just some embossed paper, packaging paper that you get in your packaging. This is a beautiful little applique from the Crafty Me shop, and I would say this is probably some of my favorite appliques just because it's so simplistic. It has the tulle in the background. It's just so gorgeous, and it has a little bit of color. So this page I kind of edged with some fancy child scissors there. Kind of made a tab here. This is a button that also came from the Crafty Me shop. This is part of some lace from my friend. This is a pocket that I made out of part of the applique kind of lace trim that came from the Crafty Me store. I do believe I actually got this in an Upsy Dupsy bag. So very happy about that find. This is an authentic vintage piece of paper from the Nicholson File Company. It looks like, I don't know, black diamond, maybe paper or something like that, from Nashville, Tennessee. So that's just folded up real nice and easy to slip back in here. I love the green. It just matched perfectly. Just cute little pocket here. Another button. This is actually a metal button that came from the Crafty Me shop as well. It came in a bag that I got, so it was bulk. This is just a writing spot with some leftover trim, scrap lace. This is some trim I also got from the Crafty Me shop. It was one of the first sales I actually bought from her. It was her spring sale where she basically got rid of reams and rolls of lace and trim. So I got some of that. This is also velvet from her. And this large metal button as well, just kind of layered it up. This flower is also from there. Just kind of collaged a little bit. This is the wallpaper scraps from Tim Holtz. Backed it, kind of put some gesso on it to, you know, give it a little bit. This is pearl edging that I got from Amazon, you know, cheap, beautiful lace edging right here. This is vintage music paper that I got from Etsy. Somehow use the velvet trim on the inside to kind of give it some color and pop to match into this page. This rhinestone trim also came from the Crafty Me shop, and I absolutely love it. I got to be very, very careful. Otherwise, like, I used hot glue and sometimes it's popping off, so I might actually have to go back in and use Fabri-Tac, but it's done pretty well actually. So I love how that looks. I'll probably try to use that on more journals. This is also some trim that I have tons of from her spring sale, but I love this robin's egg blue, and then it has that beautiful gold trimming in there, and then some jewels. So absolutely gorgeous. This is also some of her vintage lace right here in the back, eyelet, and then I covered it with some more of her CMS vintage lace as well with the leaf design. This greenish tulle is actually from an applique that I took the extras off of and kind of put it underneath these rosettes that I hand colored with some ink tints blocks, Derwent ink tints blocks. They also come in like a colored pencil form as well. It is ink, therefore it is blendable, mixable, things like that when it's wet. As soon as it is dry, it is permanent. So again, I couldn't make up my mind on how I went into buying this, but I wanted to add this color in here and kind of cover up the brown a little bit to kind of bring out this steel blue color. So this is a removable piece just in there with a paper clip. So just have like a little bookmark here with a beautiful applique, simplistic on the back. This just folds, a little bit embossing here, distressing, that goes on the edge. And then I just clip it in there. And we're good to go. Next page. Yeah, so this one actually pulls down. This is also from the Crafty Me Shop. Again, I just kind of collaged some embossed pieces of paper, used some wallpaper design that I actually got from Etsy, and then I stamped on the inside. It did kind of wick up since it is that wallpaper material. At first I didn't like it, but it kind of gives that kind of ghostly vintage kind of, you know, worn vibe. So yeah, it's kind of grown on me, but that's the reason why I did that. So this is just kind of bottomed with some of the Tim Holtz fabric tape down there to give it some aged look. This is just a printout with some Crafty Me lace on it for some journaling space. Another printout. All these are digitals mostly. This is all lace. I do believe that this might be hand dyed. I don't remember. I love it though. So it's kind of in the insert. I let it kind of hang over and didn't kind of secure it down so it could kind of hold papers in. The other side also has this beautiful like ribbon detailed design lace. And I am in love with this. I wish I would have gotten more of this. I love it. Just the little dots are just gorgeous. And then all the little flowers. I just love it. So, but cute little applique that I kind of cut. I did get that from something in Etsy. This trim is also from the Crafty Me Shop. So basically what that is it is crocheted trim. I just wanted to kind of the blue to kind of show through a little bit. Then you have some lace on the back with the blue. I didn't really want to put it in there backwards and things fall out, so it kind of goes either which way, whatever works for you. Little envelope distressed with a little journal card there. You also have another piece that goes in there that is a vintage piece. One second. It is a vintage prescription that I actually bought from Etsy as well. So it's from Lafayette, Alabama. I'm gonna put that behind. And all right, so then we come towards the end, the middle of the journal. So I kind of left it open. I'm actually thinking, I've been thinking about adding like a little spot to put your pen or, you know, a pencil, whatever that you're going to use with it. This is part of some lace from Crafty Me Shop. This is an applique. I love the spring green, so I decided to use it with this printout as well, and it totally prompted me to want to do like a pink and green journal, so maybe I will do that in the future. These are some printouts where you can have like buttons and embellishments and fabrics and things like that, to where you actually have samples. Some of these are from the Crafty Me Shop. Some of these are from my friend, and they are antique. So these are not dyed or inked in any way. This is natural color. It almost reminds me of a spider web, but it is antique lace. So beautiful pieces here, and yeah, I thought they were gorgeous. Some birds to kind of go with it, flanked with some pearls on the back. Then we got that, can tuck those in there. All right, this next page I absolutely love. I do not have a whole lot of this lace, but I fell in love with it once I applied it to the page. Just look at that. It's so fun. So fun. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this is just some hand inked seam binding. This is also vintage music paper. Kind of turn that to the side, and it flips out for some journaling space. You got a flower that has the very soft pink that matches these roses over here. I did use some washi tape where all the creases are, and then right here some fabric tape where the ribbon actually ties closed so that it doesn't damage the brittle, you know, vintage music paper. So yeah. The next page has a beautiful doily in it. This is from an Etsy shop. This is a Prima flower. I got the blue paper that's been embossed, and I've kind of put some silver ink on top to kind of make it pop. The top right here, sorry about that, guys. The top right here matched perfect with these rose colors over here in this wallpaper printout, digital. And this actually came off an old shirt of mine that I no longer fit in, but the back actually had 3 bows on it, and it was the perfect color. So I actually cut off of that shirt and then put it at the top. This is also a vintage piece. Sanco Trading Company from Cincinnati, Ohio. It is actually where I live. I'm in northern Kentucky, right outside of the Cincinnati area. I can see downtown about the end of my street, probably. So this does have some embossed paper on it with the pearls. Just add some pizzazz, and it goes into that cute little pocket. This is probably one of my favorites. I wanted to use some of this trim that I got from the Crafty Me Shop as well. Kind of brings out this beautiful tealish blue stamp that's on the digital that I printed out. So I wanted to kind of bring that out, and that's kind of what I did is I used that, and then I used some pink stitching to kind of bring out the pink in the, you know, the entire journal, and you can see a little pink up here as well. But I thought this beautiful lady was perfect to go with that. I used the tulle in the background. Actually, that is lace. That is a wide piece of lace down here, and it is a vintage CMS lace. A printout, backed it, and then I used some organza ribbon that I had and kind of cut. Used another cutout from lace, from CMS lace, another one of her middle buttons that kind of carries on, and then the teal kind of goes with this color right here. And then on the back you have one of her appliques that I kind of cut down to fit. It is on a blank craft postcard, so you can use that however you like. And it is held on there with a Tim Holtz metal clip. It's all nice and rusty. But not on the inside, so it's not going to stick. Alright, so this is probably one of my favorite pages. I just love the birds, and I love this piece of lace right here. And for the life of me, I cannot remember where it came from. I do not think it came from the Crafty Me Shop. I think it came from another store off of Etsy that I actually got a bunch of trim from, and that's where I think it came from. But I do love it. And then this is an applique that I cut down and made into a pocket. It does slide all the way through. But I love that. This is also a pocket. This lace right here is vintage. It came from my friend Jen. Thanks, Jen. And this is an applique that also came from the Crafty Me Shop. This is just a wallpaper printout. And then I actually put it on the back of some journaling page. I do believe it's Dilutions journaling pages from Ranger. And then I used one of my new appliques that I got and just kind of flanked that on top. Then on the inside, I do have some rub-on transfers. So these are from Prima Finnabar, and these are from 49 and Market. Love them. Super cute. Very adorable. So Yep, that just slides in there, and that matches that. So I did not put anything in this. I figured, you know, whoever gets the journal can do that. This is some beautiful trim as well. I did do some embossing on the back of this to kind of bring some gold out in it. And then just use this sequenced and beaded center flower lace. You guys want to see that? It is very gorgeous, of course. All right, and then on this side, this is the second signature, so I used some different sari silk for the center of that on top of the brown. So on this is some trim. I do believe I got up an Upsy Dupsy bag from the CMS shop. And then I used a printout. And then this is, I think, a 49 Market die cut. This doily die cut in the background. This was accidental. So I printed this out, if you can see that, printed her out, and somehow along the way on my crafty desk, it got water on it somehow. I'm assuming that's water, something liquid. And whether that be glue, Fabri-Tac, gesso, I don't know. But definitely got some stuff on it. But I just loved how it brought out that teal color and gave it that kind of aged look as well. I love that. And just kind of put some tulle in the background to give it some volume as well, and created a belly band. So I treated this just the other night because I needed something to sit in there, and I just used some worn wallpaper out of the Tim Holtz set, and then one of the CMS appliques fit perfect around it. I do believe it is a CMS vintage applique, and it's a little booklet, so I did bind it in there. I took some of my coffee dyed papers and then some of my vintage music pages, like the leftovers, and then I just binded them together. The inside is actually a napkin that I put on there, so just used some soft matte gel and kind of put that on there. I did also use the washi tape here again because it is fragile, and that's a fabric tape again. Oops. And then I just used some embroidery thread for the middle. So yeah, the middle actually has a pocket in it. I kind of folded things up, used a small piece of applique there. This is I don't know exactly what this is from. I don't know if this is from an ephemera piece out of a Tim Holtz thing from Ideology or what, but then I cut down this piece of lace as well. I just thought it kind of added some pizzazz there. So just simplistic, something easy to kind of slip in, take out, go from there. This is gorgeous as well. I wanted to kind of get the green out of these trees and kind of put it over here. We have some more lace from CMS. This is velvet that I got off of Etsy, and I am in love with it. I got it in a few different colors. Absolutely love it. So what prompted me to get this is some velvet that I got from the Crafty Me Shop. I have it in like a lilac purple and then a pink. And I loved it so much that I was like, I think I'm gonna get me some more velvet trim. So that's kind of how I ended up with this. This is a tuck spot. So whoever gets this. This is just a cut piece. This is not from CMS. This is from a shop in Etsy. I will try to find it. If I find it, I will post it below. But I just got pieces, I do believe, of a wedding dress or multiple wedding dresses, and just bought them that way off Etsy. And then the middle button again from CMS. This is a vintage card that I also purchased from CMS. Flanked with some beautiful lace as well. It says, "May old remembrance linger near and speak my greeting in thine ear," with some cute little flowers. and the gold little etching on the side. It is very, very pretty in person. And then it really does have some writing on the back, genuine stamp on there from 1910. Yes. Mrs. Hazel Rockwell, Park Street, Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So, and that's just clipped on there with, you know, a small little safety pin from Tim Holtz. All right. This is just kind of slid over top this page or whatever else you might think it might go. I wanted to add some blue into here just because of the top of this page right here. Again, it has some of my favorite applique on here. I love this stuff. I cannot get enough of it. It just has the most beautiful blue and pink sequence and beading in it, and then just the beautiful buttercream kind of tulle in the background. It's just the perfect embellishment for so many things, and I'm almost out. So yeah, if you can find any more of this, please let me know, because I am in love with it. I am in love with this stuff. So vintage CMS trim lace right here on the back, kind of framing everything in. This also on the back is some CMS lace. I kind of only wanted the golds to show through on this side because it's very like fibrous right here, as you can see. So it's kind of very flimsy. So I just kind of did that. It is all the way on the inside. So yeah, it's not super plain. And that just kind of goes there. And then we come to almost the last page. So I have a look at that. Oh, otherwise it's not going to stay. This is just a large, basically a coin envelope made out of wallpaper. I have the pearls on it with that wide lace, except it goes all the way around. I just used it basically almost like tulle, so you can kind of see the design on the inside. There isn't anything in it, but I can fill it. That kind of slips in there. And then we get to the back page where it has the bluebirds on it. And you can see kind of where I added the fabric over top for the center of the spine. So yeah, I wanted to just start with birds and end with birds, just because you can kind of see birds throughout all the digitals. This is a workable closure, so it does do its job. But yeah, I think it's a really great start for my first slim journal. This is very sturdy. I am very pleased. It's not super delicate on the outside. It has some good weight to it, but yet it's still light, so I do like that as well. Yeah, so this will be for sale in my Etsy shop. Hopefully soon I should get that up. If you are interested, let me know in the comments below, and just message me and I will give you the pricing. So yeah, that's my first slim journal. So hopefully you guys liked it and you guys liked all the trims and laces that I used from CMS. My beautiful friend Jen and all her vintage treasures that she's given me. And a lot of the different little Etsy shops that I found that have some beautiful choices along with the digitals that I used in this kit as well. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a great day, even better nights, and until next time, thanks.